Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa kabar Indonesia Arena? Siap untuk membuat langkah berdampak? Siap. Tadi saya bilang sama Habib di belakang. Tadi untung nama saya disebut. Kalau yang Habib disebut saya yang keluar, saya belum jadi Habib nih. Ya, masih belajar. Saya bilang sama Habib tadi, Indonesia is the greatest crowd in the world. Setuju gak? Oke, tepuk tangan kalau Anda setuju bahwa Indonesia has the greatest crowd yang paling seru di dunia. Setuju gak? Oke. Great. Berarti kita harus buktiin, oke? Oke? Nah, ibaratnya sebelum kita kompak-kompakan nih, seru-seruan, Habib kita simpen dulu. Nggak kita keluarin dulu, oke? Kita mau dengar dulu nih, kita mau tahu siapa aja yang ada di sini. Karena ini berhubungan dengan story yang akan dibangun, cerita yang akan kita dengerin dari Habib, ya. Coba tepuk tangan atau teriak ye buat anak SMA, ye. Banyak, oke. Kalau anak kuliah teriak ye. Wih, banyakan yang kuliah nih. Coba anak MMA atau UFC teriak ye. Woi, woi, wah gitu galak. Coba, yang datang bervariasi nih. Coba ibu-ibu, ibu rumah tangga teriak ye. Oh nice. Bapak-bapak. Yeay, oke lengkap. Ya, karena cerita kita ini insya Allah obrolan kita berhubungan dengan tadi yang saya sebutin. Oke, coba kita santai-santai dulu lah, kita buktiin, kita bangun dulu keseruan sebelum Habib datang ya teman-teman ya. Ini kan di Indonesia Arena, katanya peralatannya sangat canggih. Ya, ini kelasnya NBA, jadi suara itu yang dikeluarin bisa menggelegar menurut informasi. Coba kita bikin wave dulu, setuju gak? Ya coba bikin wave ya. Begitu saya bilang ke forward, semuanya bangkit dari tempat tidur itu. Dari tempat duduk langsung hat begitu ya. Coba kita lihat. Kamera ada kan kamera? Ada dong ya, siap. Tolong kamera di shoot semua masing-masing. Ya. Can we have a better light please? Nah coba kita dari sini ikutin tangan saya semuanya bangun bikin wave. Bikin wave gitu ya. Oke ya kita tes sekali dulu, sekali. Yuk dari sini yuk. Kata kuncinya ke forward ya. Semua bilang langkah berdampak teriak ye gitu ya. Setuju ya? Kita buktiin buat Habib bahwa kita adalah crowd yang paling seru. Yuk coba. Ke forward. Langkah berdampak terus. Terus ke atas. Ke atas. Woo. 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 Yeah. Woo. Alright. Oke. Sekali lagi yang kompak ya, kamera. Kita tunjukin ke Habib bahwa kita seru banget. Sekali lagi ya, kamera. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come forward. Woo! 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 Wait, mantap. Terima kasih teman-teman, tepuk tangan. Cuff bro and cuff sis, today we are honored to have with us a man whose story goes beyond just the octagon. I want to take you all back to October 2020. Habib Nurmagomedov stood undefeated, having just won another fight. But what he did was something no one expected. He announced the retirement, not because of defeat, injury. So Habib's decision to step away from MMA wasn't just about leaving a sport. It was all about honoring his values. Please welcome Habib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
Alhamdulillah, God gave me everything. Alhamdulillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is it on?
I don't know. Hello?
Okay. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Habib, welcome. We are very honored and very welcome, very grateful to have you. Do you know any bahasa Indonesia?
First of all, I want to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Oh, I'm finally here in Indonesia. I know I have a lot of friends. A lot of people know me here. I know it's like all these last years, I have a lot of message from people from Indonesia. When you gonna come? When you gonna come?
Yeah.
You have a lot of friends here. You know, I met a lot of people from Indonesia around the world. You know, in Europe, US, in USSR countries, in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca, Medina, and I'm finally here. Alhamdulillah. Very good to see you guys.
Okay. Let me go back to the questions, Habib. Are there any similarities between Dagestan and the language of Jakarta, Indonesia? Are any similarities?
I think we have a lot of similarities, like a lot of same words. You know, it's like I think this come from us and come to Indonesia. I think from Islamic culture.
Yep.
You know, a lot of words, like for example, like Abba Kabar. It's like we have like same thing like Shib Khabar in Dagestan. It's like what's up?
Wait, we'd like to hear you saying Apa kabar? Can you shout to say hello to the audience? Say Apa kabar? Can you shout that, please?
Yes, of course. Apa Kabar, Indonesia.
And in Dagestan, it's called what?
What you say?
In the Dagestan, the same like Apa kabar?
Same like, almost same like, but not Apa. Like we in my language, but in Dagestan, to understand people, we have more than 30 language, different 30 languages.
Yeah.
But my language, like when we say like in Indonesia, Apa Kabar, we say Shib Khabar.
Siapa kabar?
Siapa kabar,
Oh, the same. Sama ternyata kabar juga. Okay, interesting. Great. So, this is your first time to Jakarta, to Indonesia, yeah? And the first time you visit the Car Forward as well. This event is truly dedicated for the young people. It is expected to move and to inspire all the young people to make impact. So, having been in Jakarta and also in this event, what do you think about this kind of event?
I think this is very beautiful things when people come together and talk and think about future and talk about how we can fix some problems, because everybody have some problems. And actually, if we talk about like young generation, for any countries, the young generation is the future, and like old generation and young generation always need connection. You know, conversation. This is very important, and of course, young generation have to listen to old generation because they are older, they have more experience, and I think this kind of events, this is very good for future for young generation.
Would you consider, do you belong to the young generation or old generation?
I just become 36 years old, but I don't know. When I was young,
Yeah.
when I met like somebody who is 36, I was like this guy old. But now, when I become by myself like 36 years old, I think, but I feel like 19, 18.
Wow.
But 36 is 36. I don't think I'm in young generation, but I'm like around. I feel like in middle, you know.
Yeah, in the middle.
Even sometimes when I meet people like 16 to 20, and when you listen to them, the way how they talk, they think they are old generation. because this is very dangerous age. And when you think, I know everything, I don't need nobody, I don't need advice, I don't need like old people to come and say to me, you have to do this, like this is like, I call it like blind age. When you become like just turn 18 and you think you know everything. But after 18 years, like I'm talking about my experience, I realized that time I don't know nothing. And that's why our responsibility to listen and to spend time with old people, because they know and they have already all life behind the back, and we have to spend some time with them to get some energy from them, you know.
Truly, true inspirations. Habib, we're very curious to know about your teenage years. Back when you were 15, 12, yeah? Outside the fact that you were busy practicing, the media, the mainstream media says that you practice with a bear. But here, it's so hard to find bear. Can we replace the bear with sheep or lamb?
Like,
No, never mind. My
no.
question is...
no. Your English is a little bit different than my English.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about my English.
Yeah,
Can you share with us about your teenage years?
with my teenager.
Yeah, your teenage years.
Like when I was teenager, I was very active at that time. And you know, when you're young, when you like, for example, like 15, 16, and you're very strong, this is two problem. You're young, yeah, this is two problem. Now, when I'm 36, I look at my age and I like, first of all, you're young, second, you're strong. Because I was strong. Because I was trained by my father all my life. And I know, at that time, I know how to hurt people. And it was very, very important to protect myself protect myself from myself. You know, I know maybe a lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about, but my father was doing this. He always controlled me, do this, don't go there. You need education, you have to go gym, train, sleep, educate, repeat, sleep. You know, he was controlling myself. And I was very lucky to have like this father with me all my life, who control me, who teach me, who coach me, and he was very big inspiration for me, you know.
So, let's talk about your late father. I feel sorry for the passing of your father. Can you share with us the emotional connection between you and your father? How was he like? Not just a father, if I'm mistaken. I heard that he sold his house just to build a training gym for you to practice. Is that true?
Yeah, this is
Please.
true. This is true. When I was young, like when we was living in our village, at that time it was a little bit hard life for our family because we struggle with a lot of things, and most of the most hard things was our family. We don't have money, and that's why my father sell. Not only house, he sell his, because I remember when I was young, we have a lot of cows, you know, like bulls, cows, he sell everything. We moved to capital city. He built gym and he started training a lot of guys. But most of the people was his relatives. And now I understand it was very big investment. It was investment to his relatives and young generations. Now when we look at this, I understand most beautiful and smart things. If you want to invest people. Because a lot of people invest business, you know, it's like making money this. But my father always invest his energy, his knowledge, his experience to us, to me, to my brothers, my friends, all his students. And he have more than 30 world champions. He create more than 30 world champions, and I think investing to the people, this is best things.
So he made investment. Habib, if you excuse me, I need to just communicate with the guys, just explain to what you said just now. Jadi investasi terbaik itu teman-teman, menurut beliau adalah tadi kepada anak-anak, orang tua kepada anak. Itu yang dilakukan ayahnya, menjual rumah untuk beli rumah di sebuah kota yang besar untuk berlatih mengajar itu. Jadi benar-benar serius. Your father was very determined. He was very sure that the kids should be fighters one day. He already have something in his mind. Is that true?